Welcome to Flow into Alignment. Today I'm going to bring you the class I usually give for in-person. So all of my people who usually take in-person with me or have taken in-person with me, this is your class that we usually do. And I'm also bringing it to you from outside because it is a beautiful, beautiful day. And I try to take advantage of beautiful days as often and as much as I can, because it is wonderful to be outside in the fresh air, the sunshine, and to listen to the bird call. So today, your music is my neighbors and my birds and all of that. So come with me for a, I guess, intermediate level class, and we're going to do a intermediate level flow today. So we're going to start either seated, or you can lie down on your back with your feet apart and your knees touching, so you can choose that. You can also choose to just lie flat, or you can choose to be seated with your legs out straight. So your choice. To start with our breath work. Close your eyes or look down towards the ground. Take long, deep inhales and exhales through your nose. You want to place your tongue behind your teeth, close to or touching the roof of your mouth. And just let yourself listen to the sounds of the birds. Hopefully they're coming through. And just take a moment just to let the day go, the week go, and just let yourself just be in the moment. Long, deep breaths. You want to get to the point where you can slowly inhale for 4 counts, hold for count 5, and then slowly exhale for 5 counts. So that's how slow you want to be able to breathe. Bringing oxygen into your body, into your mind. Gently massaging the organs of your abdomen. And next, you're going to bring your focus to your legs. You're going to gently squeeze your legs in towards each other. You can also, if your feet are planted flat on the ground, you can gently press your feet into the ground. This will help activate your pelvic floor. You want to feel your pelvic floor gently lift. And if you're not sure what those muscles are, those are the muscles that you use to stop urination. Then you're going to press your lower abdominals back towards your spine, but leave your ribs free to expand and contract. So now we're going to use the ribs to breathe. So deep inhale, opening the ribs out wide. And exhale through the nose. Keeping the legs and abdominals engaged. And really try to feel your ribs expanding to the front and back as well as to the sides. So not trying to lift up, try not to lift your ribs towards your chin as you take in these deep inhales and exhales. Working your diaphragm, working your ribs and the intercostals that run in between each of your ribs. And next, keeping your legs and core engaged, you want to take your shoulder blades and gently squeeze them towards your spine, feeling your spine start to straighten and lengthen. Then feel your neck lengthen out, reaching your neck up through the back of your head, up towards the sky or the ceiling. Keeping your chin in line with your sternum, so you don't want to lift your chin up. You want to keep it in line. Long, deep breaths, feeling that long, straight spine. On your next inhale, open your eyes. If you are laying down, you're going to exhale, pull your knees into your chest, and then inhale, come up to seated. If you're seated, you'll inhale, open your eyes, and then you'll exhale, everybody, into tabletop. You're going to press your chest away from the ground. Gently press your shins into the ground, feeling your core gently activate. Taking long, deep breaths, expanding and contracting your ribs. On your next inhale, you're going to move into cow. So you're going to press your shins into the ground. Keep your belly button towards your spine. Take a long, deep inhale through the nose, lifting your head up. Sternum reaches forward. Squeezing your shoulder blades toward your spine. Tailbone can lift just gently, not too much. As you exhale, tuck everything in for cat. Tailbone to the knees, chin to chest. Inhale, lifting your head and sternum, sliding and squeezing your shoulder blades towards your spine. Tailbone can lift just a little bit. Exhale, tuck everything in. 2 more cat and cows. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. 1 more. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Coming back to tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes. Get a little bit of that cat back going again in your upper spine. As you exhale, lift your hips up and back to downward dog. If your heels are not touching the ground, feel free to walk your feet just a little closer to your hands. You can also place your hands on blocks. You can also just lift the heels. Keep your hips back and lifted as you bend your knees towards your chest. Keeping a long, straight spine. Having bent knees for a bent knee downward dog. You can also walk the dog. One leg straightens, the other leg bends. And just slowly change out the legs. Try not to do this too fast. You want to give your calves some time to feel that stretch and that release. Continue to take long, deep breaths in and out of your nose, feeling your ribs expand and contract. Keeping your chin gently tucked. Good. On your inhale, look to your hands, bend your knees, and walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Open your feet out, hip width. Point the toes slightly inward, heels slightly away, so a tripod stance as you forward fold. Long, deep breaths. Tuck your chin. Let your arms just hang. You can also take your arms behind your back, clasping the fingers, and take a gentle shoulder stretch by reaching the arms away from your spine, away from your back, keeping the fingers clasped. Long, deep breaths. You've done about 3 to 4 breaths with a shoulder stretch. Just release the arms gently back towards the ground. You can also grab onto your elbows. Let the weight of your arms gently stretch the muscles that run along your spine. Make sure that your weight is not back in your heels. That will only put pressure on your joints, and you want to take the pressure out of your joints and make your muscles of your legs work. So make sure that your weight is a little bit forward. Also feel free to bend one knee deeper, feeling yourself slightly twist towards the straight leg. Feel a little bit more pressure in the hip of the straight leg, so a little bit of a stretch in that hip. Then slowly change out the legs, bending deeper in one leg, straightening the other. Sometimes this could be a little bit of intense stretch, especially if you're tight. I'm feeling it today. Continue to breathe deeply. On your next inhale, bend your knees, keeping your tailbone tucked. You're curled over your thighs. Hold. And slowly inhale, rolling up, shoulders away from ears, head comes up last. Good. So usually what I do in the in-person classes is I usually do Sun Salutation A, B, C, and D. But for the sake of time today, I'm only going to do Sun Salutation A, B, and C. And so we'll just incorporate all the rest of the standing poses inside Sun Salutation C. So we're going to start with Sun Salutation A, standing at the top of your mat. Your feet can be hip width apart or your toes, big toes touching, heels slightly apart, which will help take that internal rotation of the thighs, which will help release and lengthen the front of the hips. A lot of times in life, we have hips that tilt forward, so we get really tight in the front of our hips and tight in our back. And so we want to lengthen the front of the hips and the lower back as well. Firm pressure in the feet. Long, straight spine. Legs gently squeezed towards the center line, so towards each other. Shoulder blades gently towards the spine. Fingertips reaching down towards the ground, either palms facing forward or palms facing your thighs, whichever you prefer. And then reaching the neck long. Taking a couple breaths here in standing pose. On your next inhale, keep your shoulder blades towards your spine as you reach your arms up. You can press your palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping your weight forward, out of your heels, chin tuck, knees can bend if you need them to. Continue to shift your weight forward as you inhale, flat back. Belly button and shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, place your hands down, step back, and exhale all the way into your chaturanga. You can choose to drop the knees if you need to. Inhale up to cobra or full upward dog. You can stand the knees or untuck the toes and straighten the legs. Exhale, tuck your chin and toes and move into downward dog. Again, you can put your hands on blocks if you need them to. If you need them to be on the blocks to help the heels touch the ground. Or you can just lift the heels, bend the knees, and keep the hips lifted up so your spine stays straight. Long, deep breaths. Chin tucks. Take your upper arms and gently rotate them away from center. So you are taking the creases of your elbows and pointing the creases of your elbows in towards your face. So the points of your elbows are facing away from you. This will help position the shoulders, the humerus in the shoulder socket so that your shoulder blades can stay away from your spine. You can help take the pressure off of your shoulders as you're here in this downward dog pose. Long, deep breaths, using your ribs to breathe. Belly button to spine. On your next inhale, look to your hands, bend your knees, and walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Shift your weight forward. Inhale, flat back, belly button and shoulder blades to spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades to spine. Reach your arms out if you wish, coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, arms down. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, arms lift, shoulder blades towards the spine. You can press the palms together. Exhale, forward fold, shifting your weight forward out of your heels, chin tucks, knees can bend. Inhale, flat back, belly button and shoulder blades to spine. Exhale, stepping back and down into your chaturanga as you continue to exhale, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale to cobra or full upward dog, knees on the ground or lifted. Exhale, tuck your chin and toes, moving into downward dog. Long, deep breaths. Gently rotating the upper arms away from center, rolling them away from center, and then reaching long from the armpits all the way through into your fingertips. Gently pressing into your fingertips so that you take the weight and pressure off of your wrists. Chin tucks, spine long, deep breaths. Inhale, look to the hands, bend the knees, and walk or step your feet to the top of the mat. And I'm having some little critters visit me already here on my mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, squeezing shoulder blades to spine, coming all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Good. All right, now for Sun Salutation B. Moving into chair. Inhale, bend the knees forward, tailbone tucks towards the heels. This is more Ashtanga style chair where the shoulders stay over the hips. You're going to inhale, bring your arms up, shoulder blades to spine. You can press the palms together. If you can always bend deeper into this position, but for right now, this is where I'm at, and that's okay. On your next exhale, forward fold, keeping your weight forward. Chuck your chin. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hop or step back all the way into your chaturanga. Again, you can drop the knees if you need to. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And as you can see, I'm modifying where I need to, and that's okay. If you need to modify as well, feel free. And speaking of that, I need to grab my blocks because I need to use my blocks to help me step forward into Warrior One. So from downward dog, we're going to step forward into Warrior One. You're going to take a small step forward, the left foot, pointing the toes outward if you would like. On your next inhale, right foot steps forward for right foot, Warrior One. So we're doing Warrior One on the right. Abdominals, so lower belly button to spine and shoulder blades to spine. Inhale, come up. Sorry about that. Taking a moment to find my position. Hands can go on the hips if you wish. Back toes can also point straight forward. They don't have to point out. It depends on how mobile your hips are. If you can keep that back thigh rolled into the center and not open that back hip out, then you can keep those back toes pointed out towards the left side. Otherwise, if you're struggling like me with tight hips, then point your back toes forward. Have a nice bend in that front foot. If you wish to lift the arms, you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine, reach your arms up with an inhale. You can press your palms together. Make sure you have a focal point, especially if you're outside. Because if you're outside and got clouds moving, then it's going to start making you a little dizzy and a little bit off balance. So make sure you have a focal point for your eyes so that you're not letting yourself go off balance. As you exhale, hands go down. They can actually go on the blocks if you have blocks, or go straight to the ground. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Next side, inhale, right foot slightly forward, toes out if you wish, and step that left foot forward. Warrior One, belly button to spine, shoulder blades to spine. Inhale, come up. Hands can be on the hips the whole time, or just start on the hips, or you can just lift the arms straight up, your choice. But whenever you're ready, arms are going to go up. Shoulder blades towards the spine. You can press the palms together. Make sure your back thigh is rolling in towards the center, so both hips are facing forward. Feeling that nice long stretch through the front of the thigh and your abdomen. Long, deep breaths. Nice bend in the front knee. As you exhale, bend forward, hands down onto the blocks or the ground. Continue to exhale for your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. As you can see with the blocks, it's easier to get the heels on the ground, so it's your choice to use them or not. Long, deep breaths in your downward dog. But just remember, with any yoga pose, we're not trying to achieve the fullest expression of the pose, meaning that we're not trying for a downward dog to get the heels down. That is not the point. For downward dog, we're trying to gain length through the arms, through the back, and through the legs. So if the heels never touch the ground, that is okay. We're also trying to gain strength in our abdominals by using our legs and our core to hold this position. On our next inhale, look towards your hands, bend your knees, hop, step, or walk towards the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, moving into chair, sliding the knees forward, tailbone down, shoulder blades to spine, arms lift, and press the palms if you wish. Exhale, stand. All right, so now we're moving into our last Sun Salutation, Sun Salutation C. Inhale, chair, pressing your palms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhaling to hop or step into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck chin, down dog. Moving into warrior one with or without blocks underneath your hands. Inhale, left foot small step, right foot big step. You can squeeze your shoulder blades to spine, reach your arms out, and come straight up. Making sure you use your core to support you and not your back to lift you. Pressing the palms together if you wish. On our next exhale, you're going to open to warrior two, and because of my position, I'm going to have to face away from the camera. That's okay. You can still follow me and my voice. Nice bend in the front foot. Back leg is straight. You can have a slight bend in the knee, but try not to give it too much of a bend. Take your weight back towards the back foot so that your spine is straight and your shoulders are directly over your hips. And your hips are also straight. You don't want to have a tilt in the hips. We're going to do that in just a minute. On your inhale, reach back with the back arm and then up with the front arm to reverse warrior. Long, deep breaths, reaching your ribs far away from your hips. Every time you inhale, creating length through your side. On your inhale, move back into warrior two, straight in the front leg, and exhale into triangle. So tilting out over that front knee, bottom arm down, or right arm down, left arm up, into triangle. And sometimes if you have a tight hamstring, then triangle is a little bit more difficult. If you find triangle difficult, you find yourself curling into your side, then come up, because the tilt in the hips might not be possible with tight hamstrings. So you might have to be more in an upright position for a triangle, but that's okay. Make sure both thighs are rolling away from center, so external rotation, squeezing shoulder blades to spine, gently tucking your tailbone towards your back leg or back heel, making sure you don't have an arch in your lower back, protecting your spine. Long, deep breaths. On our next inhale, bend into the front knee for side angle. Bottom arm can reach, lean on the thigh or reach towards the ground. Top arm is going to be parallel with the ground. You can look straight ahead or up towards the arm or down towards the ground, your choice. Again, hips are tilted, so if this position feels awkward in the right leg, it's probably because of tight hamstrings. Long, deep breaths. Always feel free to grab a block beside the foot. Continue to challenge yourself here. Coming into a deeper and deeper side lean. We're not doing a side bend, but a side lean. On your next inhale, come up through. Warrior two. I'm going to move into wide leg. I'm going to actually face, I'm going to face you for this. Let me turn around so you're not staring at my butt. All right, so legs out nice and wide for wide leg forward fold. You're going to reach your arms out with a nice deep inhale. You can grab onto your hips if you wish for a balancing wide leg forward fold. Squeeze shoulder blades to your spine. Exhale, take that forward hinge at the hips. Lean out and lean forward into wide leg forward fold. Make sure that with your feet, you're not rolling to the blades of your feet. That will only put too much strain and stress on the outsides of your ankles. Gently press into the big toes of your feet, but feel good pressure in all points of your feet. Long, deep breaths here, allowing yourself to just relax in this position so the upper body's relaxed. Your legs are gently squeezing towards the center line to keep your joints supported. Gently tuck your chin. Your hands can be at the hips or down to the ground or on a block. Long, deep breaths. Your hands on the ground, feel free to slowly move into crow pose, then into headstand, then back into crow, and then back out into wide leg forward fold. Or you can go from wide leg forward fold straight into tripod headstand, and then back here. So your choice. You can always pause the video to be able to do that. Just take your time. On your next inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades to the spine, coming all the way up. Exhale, warrior two on the right. Oh yeah, I have to go to the right side. Warrior two on the right. Inhale, high lunge. Rolling that back thigh in. Exhale, step up to the top of your mat. So I'm at the bottom of the mat, but you should be at the top of your mat. You're going to stand firmly in your right foot as you inhale and lift your left knee towards your chest for hand to knee or hand to toe for balance, or whoop, you can come into tree. So your choice for balance. I'm going to choose hand to knee today. Firm pressure in the right foot. Squeeze the glutes. Shoulder blades gently squeeze towards the spine. As you exhale with hand to knee or hand to toe, open the knee out or thigh out. Make sure the hips do not follow. Want to keep both hips facing straight ahead. Keep your glutes and core strong. Deep breaths. Don't hold your breath. Inhale, bring the knee back. Wherever you are, knee's going to face forward. And then exhale, release the leg out. Hold for 1, 2, nice deep breaths. 3, you can point the toe if you wish. 4, and exhale, bring the knee back. Sorry, bring the leg back. And then step back into pyramid. I'm going to again face this the way. I know, I'm confusing you. I know, that's okay. Just stay where you are. Right leg forward, left leg back. This is just easier for the camera, you know? I'm sorry, guys. All right, so right leg forward, left leg back for pyramid. Both hips facing forward. You can put a block right here for you because we're about to, once we do a forward fold, we're going to also do a twist. So you're going to take an inhale first. Exhale, keep your shoulder blades towards your spine as you move through flat back. Let's take a little, actually, we're going to pause here for flat back. Inhale. Exhale, shift into warrior three. Hands can stay on your hips, or they can go to prayer, or keeping the shoulder blades towards the spine, reach the arms out. Hold for 1, 2, and dropping the back leg down. Nice long deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Shifting your weight forward into your front foot for forward fold and pyramid. Hands can go down, or you can grab onto the leg or put your hands on your blocks, especially if your hamstring is tight and you just can't bend forward without bending your knee. Then lift up a little higher, and you can just balance here with a nice forward fold, gently releasing the hamstring. So wherever you're at, again, make sure their weight is shifted slightly forward into that front foot. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, lifting up to flat back, squeezing shoulder blades towards the spine. Bring that block to the outside of the right foot, or you can grab onto the right leg with the left arm. Reach the right arm up and twisting into revolved pyramid. Sometimes people call this revolved triangle. Exhale. You can from here, stay in the twist, step right back into revolved side angle, or come back to center with an inhale. Exhale, step back into a lunge. Also drop the knee down into a kneeling position for a revolved side angle. Hands in prayer. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Long, deep breaths. If you wish, you can keep twisting and gently touch your forearms to your thigh and keep twisting the head to face the back. Exhale, hands down. Stepping back, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now, everything to the left. Oh, inhale, right foot, small step forward. Left foot, big step forward. Shoulder blades to spine, coming all the way up. Inhale, warrior one. And squeeze the palms together if you wish. Nice bend in the front knee. As you exhale, open out to warrior two. Big step back if you need to create some space. Good bend in the front knee. Back knee can have a very, very small bend if you need it to, but try not to give it too much of a bend. Preferably, you want the back leg straight. You don't want to tilt the hips. You want to keep them level. You want to let your weight be back towards the back leg. Shoulders over hips. Good bend in the front knee. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, lean back and lift the front arm up, reverse warrior. Reaching the ribs far away from the hips every time you inhale. Exhale through warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, pyramid, or sorry, triangle. Now this side, my left hamstring's tight, so I'm not gonna be able to go as deep as the other side. So I'll demonstrate kind of not such a deep position. Again, this would be a modified position, not a full expression. The full expression is being able to reach and grab onto your big toe. And I can't do that yet. It's okay. Shoulder blades towards the spine. Tucking the tailbone towards the back leg and heel, keeping your lower back protected. Long, deep breaths. And the sun is in my eyes, so I've got to close my eyes. But it's beautiful to be outside with the sun shining on me. It's good. On your next inhale, side angle. Bending the front knee, bottom arm can rest the thigh, top arm is parallel to the ground. You can also challenge the position with reaching the bottom arm down or getting a block and bring it close. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, moving through warrior two into wide leg. You can bring your hands behind you to clasp the fingers for a small shoulder stretch here. Reaching the arms down, take an inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine, and exhale, forward fold. Squeezing your legs towards each other. Taking a gentle shoulder stretch by gently reaching your hands away, your bound hands away from your hips. And you don't want to try to force this position. You want to reach through your wrists. And the reaching of your arms nice and long will create the stretch that you want to achieve here. Belly button pulling towards the spine. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades towards the spine, coming all the way up. Exhale, warrior two to the left, and this time I can face the same way as you guys, the front of your mat. Inhale, high lunge. Rolling that back thigh internal. Exhale, stepping up to the top of your mat. You want to stand firmly in the left foot. Inhale, lift the right knee up towards your chest for hand to knee or hand to toe. You can also do tree, your choice. Again, I'm going to do hand to knee. Tailbone gently tucks. Shoulder blades towards the spine. Your right knee can have a slight, very slight bend if you need it to help keep your hips in line. Good, long deep breaths. Nice hold of your abdominals, but keep breathing with your ribs. On your exhale, rotate your thigh out to the side. Glutes gently squeeze. Wherever you're at, you're going to inhale, knee back to center. Exhale, straighten the leg out, holding for 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, you can point the toe. 4, and bring the leg down and step it back into pyramid. It's going to be left foot front, right foot back for pyramid. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine. Exhale, coming into flat back and pyramid. Holding in flat back, take an inhale. Exhale, lean forward into warrior 3. Hands can stay on the hips, can go into prayer, or can reach out, squeezing shoulder blades to spine. Inhale. Exhale, drop the back foot down. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Again, this left thigh and this left hamstring is tight and I have a slight injury on it, to it. So I'm not going to do a full forward fold here. I'm just going to roll my back thigh internal, squaring up my hips, shifting my weight forward into my front foot and just not lean as far forward, keeping my abdominals nice and strong, giving my upper body some support here. Taking long, deep breaths. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades to the spine for flat back. Exhale, right hand to left thigh or the block. Left arm reaches up and twist. Long, deep breaths. Spine stays straight. And again, if you have tight hamstrings or an injured hamstring, this is going to feel a little intense, but that's okay. Just be careful to be mindful. Is this discomfort or pain? If it gets close to pain, then come up, come out of the position. You want to challenge, you're going to stay in the twist as you exhale, stepping back into revolved side angle. Otherwise, you're going to inhale back to center, exhale, bend the knee and step back into lunge or into kneeling. And again, just because of this hamstring, I'm going to come to kneeling. So again, you can modify one side and not the other. That's the great thing about yoga. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, twist to the left. Revolve side angle, long deep breaths. You can continue to deepen the twist by keep squeezing your abdomen towards the thigh and the thigh towards the abdomen, and then placing your forearm against and running along your thigh, and then keep rotating the head to look back behind you. Long deep breaths. As long as you're not pushing and pulling with your arms and all of this is coming from your abdominals, then you're good. On your exhale, slowly unwind, hands go back down, stepping back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Modify where you need to. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck chin, down dog. Long, deep breaths in your downward dog. And next, inhale, look to the hands, bend the knees, hop, step, or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, standing. Good. Next, we're going to move into Malasana or deep yoga squat. And you can use either a wheel or a block or no blocks for this. For me, I have to use at least one block, if not two blocks, depending on how tight my hips are the particular day. And just sometimes you just need support for the hips in the deep Malasana squat. So you're going to open your feet out to the mat width. You can point the toes outward. Eventually, you want to be able to point the toes straight forward. You can point the toes outward, and as you exhale, just drop the hips straight down onto your blocks, your wheel, or just towards the ground. For some, you'll be able to get the hips really close to the ground and really close to your heels, and that's more closer to the fullest expression. I'm not there yet. I'm still modifying, and that's okay. Hands are going to go into prayer. Elbows are either going to be in between the knees, as long as you're not curling forward, or to keep the spine straight on top of the thighs. Long, deep breaths. And here the weight is going to be a little bit more in your heels. And you want to squeeze the crease of the knee. So you want to feel that squeeze between your calf and your thigh. You want to squeeze your legs gently towards the center. You don't want to overuse your glutes. So don't feel a big glute squeeze. If you feel your glutes squeezing too much, then you need to try to squeeze your inner thighs more. Maybe put a prop underneath your hips. Activate the inner thighs more. This is a really good position for the pelvic floor. Taking long, deep breaths. We're going to do some lifting and lowering here in just a moment for squats. On your next inhale, you're going to reach your arms out. Take your right hand to left shoulder, or you can grab onto your left earlobe with your thumb and forefinger. And then bring the left hand to shoulder or earlobe. Keep the elbows lifted, don't let them drop. You're going to lean your weight forward if you need to, just slightly. And inhale, stand all the way up. As you exhale, keep the hips dropping straight down. Don't push back in the hips. Just drop the hips straight down. If you don't get all the way down to your prop, that is okay. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, you can just go a little bit. You don't have to go very far. Inhale, squeeze, press the feet, lift. Exhale, lower, down. Inhale, lift up. Try not to curl forward when you lower down or curl forward too much. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Pressing to the feet, squeezing the legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Coming back into your Malasana or deep yoga squat. Taking a couple of breaths here, finding your position again. Good. On your inhale, reach your arms out. Exhale, lift the hips up, hands down, and heel toe your feet together. We're going to move into crow. So for crow, you may want blocks underneath your hands, and you may not need them. Also put a block underneath your feet if you need to lift your feet up so that your hips can be lifted higher. Because the trick to crow is try to get the hips over the shoulders, or on the same level as the shoulders, or higher than the shoulders. So you can start here with the heels, with the hips down, and then slowly shift your weight forward and bend the elbows, but keep pressing your chest away from the floor. Keep looking forward. You tuck your chin, you make somersault. Shift your weight into your fingertips. Hold, or try to hold for 5 breaths. Keep pressing your chest away from the floor. Keep squeezing your feet together. And then on your exhale, you're going to step back into your plank and into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tuck chin, down dog. On your inhale, coming into seated. Oh, I got lots of grime on my mat from being outside. All right, so have your blocks, get them close to you, because we're going to do a series of boat pose, and then working on lifting up so that you can start working on the pull back and hop forward. Pull back, and pull back and hop forward, or pull back and jump forward, whatever it is, where you transition from a seated pose to plank, and then from downward dog to seated. I get those mixed up sometimes, like what they are. Anyway, let's move into boat pose first. Your feet can be flat on the ground, or just heels lifted, or feet lifted with the heels close to your hips, or you can reach your feet away from you to a fully straight legs. It is your choice. You're going to come into your version of boat pose, holding for 1, squeezing shoulder blades to the spine, 2, breathing through your nose, 3, 4, exhale, come into kneeling or cross the ankles. Inhale, push down to lift up, lift the feet off the ground if you can. Exhale, down. Inhale, boat. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, come to kneeling or cross the ankles. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down into boat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, last time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. This time, you're going to push up, hop, or step back into plank. You can stay on your blocks or move them. I have to move them. And exhale through your chaturanga. Or go straight back to down dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tuck chin, down dog. Good. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, look towards your hands, bend your knees, and hop or step into seated. Let's move into seated bound angle. Coming into seated bound angle. If you're struggling to release the tension in the hips or the knees, grab a block. Come up to kneeling and put the block underneath of you and sit on the block. This will help release the tension out of the hips and allow your knees to open, allow you to get the stretch that you would like to have in your hips. Take a nice long deep inhale, making sure you're sitting tall, and exhale, curl forward into bound angle. You want to gently press your feet towards each other, pressing your belly button towards your spine, always giving support to your joints, into your spine. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, if you're on your block, come off the block. We're going to move into diamond. All these different shape names. So your legs are almost straight, but there's still a little bend, and so the bottoms of your feet can still touch. You can put blocks underneath your knees. Take a nice long inhale, straighten the spine. As you exhale, take a flat back forward fold. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, press down the legs to come up. As you exhale, bring your legs into your chest. You can hop or step back to plank. And you can exhale back to downward dog or chaturanga. Up dog, inhale, exhale, downward dog. I'm going to choose to go straight to down dog. I'm just taking it easy today, so you can choose to take it easy today, or go ahead and, if you have energy, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Your next inhale, coming into plank for the challenge, or you can stay in downward dog. Pull the right knee into the chest, forehead to knee. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and lower the shin down into pigeon. If you struggle in full pigeon, feel free to come to seated pigeon, or you can come to easy pose. So you can choose a different modification for pigeons. You don't have to do full pigeon. Whenever you're ready, you're going to fold forward. Going to gently push down with the legs. Gently lift the belly button to spine. Again, always giving support to your joints and your spine. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, lift your head, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your back toes under. You can step back into downward dog or plank. You can choose to go chaturanga with your exhale. Inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. And again, I'm just going to go straight to down dog. Inhale for the challenge, back into plank. Exhale, pull the left knee into your chest, forehead to knee. You can always stay in down dog and pull the knee into chest. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you exhale, lower that left shin down into full pigeon. Or again, swing your legs around, come into seated pigeon or easy pose. And then whenever you're ready, you'll take that forward fold, pushing down into legs, lifting the belly button to spine. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, lift your head. Slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck under your back toes. Inhale, plank. Exhale to down dog or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck chin, down dog. Inhale, lift to the hands, bend the knees, and hop or step into seated. Stretching your legs out to wide leg. You can choose to have them wider than your mat, quite wide, or just wider than your mat. All right. You can have a block in front of you to rest your forearms on for this, or you can do for the challenge, you can reach towards your toes, take a flat back, and lean forward with a flat back for your wide leg forward fold. But first, we're going to take an inhale, straight spine, and exhale, take that forward lean. You can curl forward, forearms on the ground or the block for some support, or flexing your feet really strongly, grab onto the toes, flat back, and lean forward. Wherever you're at, taking long, deep breaths. Inhale, tuck your chin, press down through the legs, coming up. Exhale, pull the right knee in, right foot in. So you have a bent knee. Take the right arm up as you inhale. Exhale, lean to the left and reach the left arm towards the left leg. Or you can take a small twist by reaching the left hand around the right leg, pushing down through your legs, twisting with your abdominal, squeezing your shoulder blades towards the spine. And slowly rotating the chest towards the sky or the ceiling. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, coming up. The left foot in, left knee is bent, right leg is straight, left arm reaches up with an inhale. Exhale, leaning out towards the right side. Right arm can reach for right leg, or if you want to twist, take the right hand to left thigh, pressing down through your legs. Squeeze with your abdominals to twist. Squeeze your shoulder blades to spine, and take long, deep breaths. Inhale, coming up. I'm also going to hear plane noises. There's a lot going on in my little town. Straighten the leg back out. Point the toes, roll the thighs inward, bring the legs back together. You can choose to stay seated. We're going to move from here into supported bridge. So we're going to take our quiet time. We're going to go slowly move into Savasana, or you can choose to do Chaturanga, up, dog, down dog one more time. So if you wish to do that, you're going to bring the legs in, shift your weight forward or hop back. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. From here, if you still have more energy, feel free to move into your version of headstand. So it can just be as simply as here in tabletop headstand. Or you can go into dolphin. Or you can slowly move into pike, making sure there's not much pressure on your head. Taking your time to slowly build to where you have both legs off the ground. It can just be as simply as pulling one foot off the ground at a time, pressing your shoulders and chest away from the ground, squeezing your arms towards each other, giving support, pushing down to the forearms. Long, deep breaths. Take about 10 breaths in your version of headstand. And after you've taken your 10 breaths, you'll slowly move yourself into child's pose, keeping your hands clasped. If you're not quite there yet, take your time. There's no rush. Whenever you're ready, you'll be in child's pose. Relaxing the shoulders and head. On your inhale, come up. Again, if you want to do one more chaturanga, up dog, down dog, you are free to do that. Otherwise, come into seated. Grab your block. We're going to roll back. We're going to lay down. We're going to go into supported bridge. So you're going to press your feet, lift your hips, and put your block underneath your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. You can keep your arms here by your sides, or bring them up into a bent arm cactus position. You can keep your legs straight, or you can keep your knees bent, or slowly straighten your legs, kind of doing crawling your feet slowly out, making sure your knees don't open out. You want to keep your knees facing straight up or slightly in. And for you, when you get to straight legs, you feel a little pinch in the lower back. Flex your feet. It'll help bring your hips into neutral position. If you still feel a pinch in your lower back, try walking your shoulder blades towards your spine. If you still feel discomfort in your lower back, then bend your knees slightly. Bend your knees until you do not feel the discomfort in your lower back anymore. You will still be able to release the tension in your abdominals and the front of your thighs. It took me 3 years to get from this bent knee position to a straight leg position. And at first, I didn't think that I would achieve length in my abdominals or the fronts of my thighs, but slowly over time, I did. And it was because I listened to my body and I did not push it past what it was capable of doing. So here, for any time you want to release tension in the body, you need to listen to what the body can do and not push it past what it's willing and can do. In that way, the nervous system feels supported and calm, and because the nervous system feels supported and calm, the muscles can release and relax. We're just going to be here for just a short time, just enjoying the sounds that we hear around us. If you feel any tension in the front of your thighs, just check and make sure that you're not gripping those muscles. Release the muscles in your thighs and your hips. Allow yourself to just rest here. If your feet are flexed, then you can keep them flexed or try and see if you can relax the feet. Point here is to allow the body to relax. On your next inhale, bring your arms back by your sides, walk your feet back towards your hips, lift your hips up. Slide the block away, lower your hips down, and then bring your knees into your chest. Hug them in nice and tight. Try to keep your spine long here. Feel free to go into happy baby. So for some, happy baby is just grabbing behind the knees, flexing the feet, and opening the knees out wide. This is as far as you can go comfortably in happy baby while keeping the spine long and not curled. So you don't want to curl the spine in happy baby. You want to keep it long. For some, you may be able to grab the big toes or the sides of the feet. And as you can see, my hips are coming up for me to be able to do that. So that means for me, happy baby is not happening today with my hands on my feet. And that's okay because I can grab behind my knees and still experience happy baby in a way that my spine will be able to release and the muscles along my spine can lengthen and release. And you're going to bring your knees back into your chest. You're going to inhale, roll up. And I'm going to turn to the other side of my mat because my driveway has a slight slope to it. So it's going to be hard for me to do the next position, which is supported fish. Facing this, having my feet in this direction. I'm going to feel like I'm going to roll down my driveway. So supported fish, what you want to do is put the block into a T position. So what that is it looks like this. So you have the blocks in a T position. The first block is going to be parallel with the spine. So you're going to end up laying your shoulders on the first block. So your spine is along the block, and the second block is for the base of your head. You can also position the blocks at a lower position, especially if you have really tight shoulders, really tight chest, pectoral muscles, or just you just want a more restorative style supported fish. So you're going to go into your position of fish, supported fish. Shoulders will hit the first block and base of the head the second block. If your hair's in a ponytail, you probably have to either move the ponytail or just take the ponytail out completely. All right, so you should feel the block in between your shoulder blades. Your knees can stay bent. You can also bring your legs into bound angle, or you can straighten the legs out. Your choice. Let me just scoot up a little bit because again, the slope of my driveway is messing with this position. Hands can be on your belly or on your hips. You can also have your palms up by your hips or palms down. And lastly, you can open your arms out into a T for a really deep chest opening position here where you feel the stretch of the shoulders. And again, just allow yourself to release and relax. Keep breathing, keep allowing your upper body just to rest on your blocks, release and relax. If you need to reposition your legs or arms, feel free to do that. What's also great about supportive fish is you can actually use it as your version of Savasana. So you can stay here for your Savasana, especially if you feel really comfortable, if you feel like you're halfway asleep. Then stay here, because if you're almost asleep, then that's your body, your nervous system letting you know that it feels safe, it feels comfortable, and this is a position that it's really, really enjoying to be able to relax, help it to relax. Otherwise, if you wish to come out of this position, you're going to bend your knees if there aren't already. Take your head into your hands, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale. Press your forearms and elbows coming up. And I'm about to see a beautiful sunset. I won't be able to turn the camera over there fast enough for y'all to see, but just know it is a beautiful sunset today. Maybe I will take a quick video of it during your Savasana. So let me get you in your Savasana position, and then I'll turn my camera so you can see the beautiful sunset that we have today. And you can enjoy that with your Savasana at the end. So come into a lying down position if you need your if you want to do that for Savasana, or stay in your supported fish. For Savasana, you have 3 different choices. You can have your knees bent, touching each other with your feet wide. You can have your feet in bound angle with your blocks underneath your knees. Or you can have your legs out straight. It is your choice. Hands can be on the belly, one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, or palms up by your side. So find your Savasana and your breath, and just breathe. All right, and as you enjoy this beautiful sunset, we're going to work on some breath work. You're going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose, expanding your rib cage wide, holding the breath. Keep holding your breath, keeping your body and face relaxed. And then blow all the air out of your mouth, side all out. Good. And again, take a nice, deep, long inhale through the nose. Holding your breath. Keeping your face and body relaxed. And then blow it all out of your mouth. Last time, long, deep inhale through your nose. Holding your breath. And then sigh all out. And then just relax. Let yourself slowly release any tension that you're feeling in your body. Keep your mind focused on your breath, on your inhales and your exhales. And just allow yourself to slowly drift away. And feel the weight of your body as it grows heavy, sinking into the ground or into the floor. And just continue to take long, deep breaths. On your next inhale, open your eyes. Slowly stretch your arms above your head. Stretch your legs out straight and just take a nice long stretch. If you're in supported fish, bend your knees, pull your chin to your chest, and slowly come up to seated. If you're lying down, you're going to pull your knees into the chest. Give a nice tight hug of your knees into your chest. As you exhale, if you're lying down, you're going to roll into your side if it feels comfortable to you. And that'll be with your exhale. And on your inhale, coming up to seated. And then if you wish, feel free to enjoy the rest of the sunset. I will have put some music in the background and just cut out all the background noise, but my voice, just because there was a lot of lots of other noise that my neighbors were making as we finished off this yoga flow. So as you're watching the sunset, I'll just playing some beautiful little music in the background for you to enjoy, and just take this time to enjoy this beautiful creation, God's beautiful creation.